The following is a presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hello, Missouri sports fans. This is Guy Newcomb, the scoreboard guy with the Missouri Sports Network, where everyone has a home field advantage. Coming to you live from the Pizza Ranch studio. Pizza Ranch with 6 locations across the state. Pizza Ranch with 6 locations across the state. Come in and check out their fried chicken, and they host our leadoff club, tip-off club, and quarterback club all year long. Well, a gentleman not unfamiliar with the leadoff club is Glendale Falcons head baseball coach, Jim Julien. Coach Julien, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Coach, you guys on the bus as we're speaking here as you're heading up to Washington, Missouri to play in your quarterfinal game. Tell us a little bit about getting through the districts, and we talked a little bit off the air. We're having Courtney Spitz from Springfield Catholic. We've got Coach Hughes on from Nixa. None of you guys were the one seed in your district. Kind of take us through that run and how all that came about.
Yeah, we were the 3 seed in the district, and obviously it was a really good district with Camdenton and Willard in there as well. And Willard got the 1 seed, Camdenton the 2, and then Branson as a 4 seed was a really good team too. They took Willard to extra innings in their semifinal game and had chances to win that. But yeah, I mean, really good district, and the team we're facing, Borgia, had a pretty solid district as well with Washington and themselves. And in postseason baseball time, really, seeds don't really make too much of a difference or matter. It's just kind of whoever gets hot at the right time and whoever's playing the best baseball at the right time. And fortunate enough, it was us last week.
Take us through that district championship with Willard and Drew throwing that no-hitter. What was that like, just inning by inning? And at what point did he or you or the team realize that he had a no-no?
I think I realized it about the 4th inning. Looked up, we were keeping an eye on his pitch count and trying to think about relievers and things like that, and going through scenarios. If this happens, who are we going to bring in? And so we were, at the point where we're trying to get some guys in mind and get them up and ready, and just kind of looking and talking, and realized really without saying anything that he had a no-hitter going. And so as baseball people, you're not supposed to mention it or talk about it. And I think some eye contact was made, and without saying those words, but he got stronger from there on, and that's kind of how he's been pitching all year. He just keeps getting stronger, and I think he once he gets to that point, he can smell the finish line and smell the victory, and that just makes him bear down and make even better pitches than he already has. But I think I heard him make a comment after the fact that he realized it about the 6th inning. And, but that didn't change his mindset. He, wanted it even more, and it showed. He made some really good pitches down the stretch and trusted his defense. He only had 1 strikeout in that game, and so obviously the defense had a big part in it as well. And that's just kind of how Drew pitches. He pitches contact, and he trusts those guys behind him, and they do a really good job for him.
Coach, what was the danger of him getting? I mean, how close was he to have to be pulled because of the pitch count?
Not really close. He only threw 84. When it was all said and done, so he had 105 in him, but he was still hitting spots. He was still mixing pitches well and had command, and so I don't think fatigue or anything like that was a factor. But in a tight game like that, a 2-0 game, a walk or a bleeder through, and then you got the tying run at the plate or on base. And so we wanted to have guys ready in case that happened. So maybe give them a different look, maybe their 3rd time through the order or something like that. But he just kept making good pitches and was still dominant. So we just kept rolling with him. And good thing for us, it was a good decision, and he made us look pretty good.
Well, you're back-to-back games with Camdenton and Willard when the on-deck hitter is always the tying run of the game. You're just two-run leads in both of those games against 2 very, very good teams. And, Coach, talk about this group of seniors who they've won 70 games since coming out of COVID, which they lost that year. that group of seniors they've really developed a bond because they were that freshman group that lost an entire season. How has that created that bond?
Yeah, that may have, brought them closer together because they missed out on that. And I think, a lot of kids, and these guys are no exception, but they kind of realize that, you can't take anything for granted. And they lost an entire season, unfortunately, but I think that has made them, you know, enjoy the process more, enjoy practices more, enjoy off season more, and just understanding that, at any moment it could all be over and could be taken away from you. And, some of them are going on to play at the next level, but some of them aren't. And they're, even before the COVID thing, they were a really tight group and got along and hung out outside of school and practice and everything like that. And so I think that year just made them kind of realize, that, high school baseball and their baseball careers aren't really as long as maybe they seem. And so they've kind of, embraced all that goes into it. And, I think that's been kind of a big reason for our success over the last couple of years.
Coach, you coming out here, you're going into St. Francis Borgia. What do you know about them? What do you know about the facilities? Are you able to get on the field prior to the game? Obviously, you're on your way there right now. Are you going to try and get a practice in today? And if so, are they going to allow you to use their field?
Yeah, they're going to let us practice at 2:30. We're going to eat lunch in Sullivan here in a couple hours, and then from there go into Washington and go to Borgia High School and practice for about an hour and a half or so. It's a turf infield and grass outfield, kind of similar to Parkview and Hillcrest and Central that we've played on a number of times. So it's not going to be anything new as far as that goes. Coach Struckoff is a great guy, and allowing us especially to practice and see the field before we play tomorrow is really great. And, obviously they're a really good team. He does a good job with them. They've had success over the last several years, and this year is no exception. And they've got probably who we'll see on the mound is Jack Noby. He's going to Xavier. He's low 90s fastball and works off with a really good breaking ball and doesn't walk many people. And so, he's going to challenge our hitters, and, hopefully we'll be up to that challenge. And it should be a great game with great atmosphere. I believe behind the seating area, they've got kind of a hill. And some videos and things we've seen was kind of packed. And so I expect it to be a crowded game and a good atmosphere and be fun.
Absolutely, Coach. What are your plans? You going to stop and eat lunch on the way up?
Yep, going to stop in Sullivan at Lion's Choice and get some roast beef, and then head into to Washington and practice, and then go to the hotel and just kind of relax and bond from there, and get up and have breakfast and get to the field about 12:30 tomorrow and see what happens.
Now, is this have you had the opportunity earlier this season to maybe go and stay overnight and play, or is this a new thing?
Yeah, we went to Columbia the last weekend of April. Kind of a similar situation, came up on a Friday and stayed and played Saturday. So, did that kind of by design, and, this is a great group, and, trying to do some different things with them. So, they've got that experience of getting into the hotel and checking in and room checks and all that good stuff. So it's something they've seen before, and I expect them to be mature about it. And they're a mature group and well-behaved and great kids. So I expect, nothing less.
And Coach, and being a baseball guy myself, we have superstitions. I was going to go up and watch the game. I've got family and friends, up there, up in that area. I'm from St. Louis, but I look back and I've only been to 2 Glendale games all season. One was Lebanon and one was Kearney. And I thought, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to be the
well, thank you. Thank you very much
there. So, hey, we'll go let you see if that slipper fits, being a 3 seed coming out of your district. And Coach, congratulations, and go get a victory here, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Yeah, appreciate it. And thanks for your coverage, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, you bet. Head coach from Glendale on the line there with us as Coach Julien. They're making their way up to St. Louis here to take on St. Francis Borgias, 23-5 on the season. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back and we'll run through some of the other districts, and then we'll catch up. Hopefully, get to visit with Courtney Spitz from Springfield Catholic, as they also were a 3 seed in their districts. We'll be right back on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage, and brought to you by Doak Propane for all your propane needs. It's summertime. It's Memorial Day weekend. Get those grills out. Make sure you got the propane. Doak Propane. Be right back.
The qualities in a truck that are most important are reliability, just really great function.
Having a truck is pretty much a necessity to getting to most of these locations. Oftentimes it's narrow, steep, loose, rough, rocky roads.
Having a truck is essential to every part of what we do, from picking up material for the home to delivering the home.
Always carrying something, pulling something.
It's something that we use every single day here.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
Only Pizza Ranch serves buffet your way.
Don't you mean my way, Mr. Voiceover Guy?
Sure, anyone's way, actually. Request your favorite pizza. We'll make it, bake it, and give you the first slice.
I can add peppers to pepperoni, Stampede on stuffed crust, maybe Texan taco on thin. No tomatoes on my half. How can I convince Mom to let us eat here every night?
It's buffet your way at Pizza Ranch. Say it with me, kid.
Not only is Country Financial our insurance, but they treated us like family.
Relationships are the single most important piece of the puzzle. We always ask this question: what is the right thing to do?
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad you tuned in. And presented by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank, more than 100 locations in 6 states. They care as much about your money as you do. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. And we'll go back to Wednesday, talk a little bit about some of the Class 1, 2, 3, and 4 games that were played on Wednesday. In Class 1 quarterfinal, Cooter defeated Greenwood 14-3. St. Elizabeth over Liberal 6-4. Community defeats Sacred Heart 9-4. South Nottoway with Jefferson over Green City 5-4. In the Class 2 state quarterfinals, it was Chaffee over Bernie 5-3. Salisbury, they run their record to 23-1. They defeated Putnam County 4-0. Ash Grove defeats Iberia 10-5 in the other Class 2 quarterfinal. And Maysville over Tipton 8-6. Class 3 tournament championship on Wednesday. Licking defeated Forsyth 11-0, and Ava over Houston 4-2. As we look ahead to the brackets in Class 1, they will play semifinals starting at 10 a.m. at Sky Bacon Field in Ozark, Missouri. Will be Cooter taking on St. Elizabeth, and then at 1 p.m. will be Community R6 taking on South Nottoway. Class 2 semifinals will also be Monday at 4 p.m. will be Chaffee and Salisbury, and at 7 p.m. will be Ash Grove and Maysville. That on May the 29th. In Class 3, the semifinals have been set as well. Portageville will take on South Callaway at 10 a.m. on the 31st, and then Licking on the 31st will take on Barstow. Hope to be catching up here in the show with Licking head coach Harv Antle. Should know that in just a few minutes here. In Class 4, on the 31st, it'll be John Burroughs at 4 p.m. taking on Fulton, and then Springfield Catholic at 7 p.m. will face Excelsior Springs. And in Class 5 quarterfinals, going on tomorrow, be Festus taking on Clayton, Rockwood Summit versus Fort Zumwalt South, St. Francis Borgia will host Glendale, and Webb City will take on Kearney. In the Class 6 quarterfinals will be Jackson versus Lafayette Wildwood. DeSmet faces Francis Howe. Blue Springs faces Nixa, and Rockhurst will take on Liberty North. Continuing on with the scoreboard here on the Missouri Sports Network, and I deleted that screen, and I do apologize for that. As the state championship brackets, also wanted to note that the state track meet for the big schools is going on this weekend. So good luck to all those folks who started participating this morning. No other baseball events going on today. We talked about Wednesday's scoreboard. Here's Thursday's scoreboard. Class 3 state quarterfinal, Portageville defeated West County 8-4 with South Callaway over Ellsbury 6-5. Licking defeated Stockton 11-1. Barstow over Lathrop 4-0. Elsewhere, John Burroughs defeated Kennett 4-0, and Fulton outlasts St. Charles West 12-9. Springfield Catholic defeated Nevada 2-0, and Excelsior Springs over Boonville 7-2. You're listening to and watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. We've had an exciting time of baseball and all spring sports this summer as we look towards the track and field events scheduled for today for the large schools. See what time. I know some of the field events were open up this morning and had started. And we will see if we can't track down any of those finals that have gone on at this time. And they have not. Let's see. Day one schedule. Today, 9:30 a.m., the pole vault on the girls, the high jump for the boys, and the discus for the girls began. 10 a.m. today was the pole vault for the girls continued. That was Class 3, and the triple jump for girls in Class 3. Long jump for boys, Class 5 today as well. 10:30 a.m., the running events begin today, the 4x400 relay. So we will stay on top of those as best we can here throughout the day, throughout the weekend, actually, at the MissouriSportsNetwork.com. And we encourage you to go to our Facebook page and like us. Go to our YouTube page and follow or subscribe. Done nearly 700 interviews in the 2 years that we have. Well, we're not even 2 years old yet. So we will do the best that we can to keep up with all of those results. And we're going down here. We're looking at to see if we can find anything that has been posted, and they have not, for track and field. Very good. Well, you're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, and we'll be back after these messages.